Imagine finding just three simple coins that could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. In today's video, we're revealing the top three most valuable wheat pennies that might still be hiding in your pocket. These coins may look old and scratched, but they could change your life. So watch till the end, because your next penny could be a hidden treasure. Top 1, 1953, wheat penny with a D mint mark, found in circulated, very fine condition, even with visible scratches and wear. At first glance, the 1953 D Lincoln wheat penny doesn't seem particularly special. It was minted in Denver and produced in large quantities, with millions of coins entering circulation. Because of this, most people assume it holds only a few cents in value. But what makes certain examples of this coin incredibly valuable is not just the date or the mint mark, but the rare characteristics and unique features that collectors are always searching for. When we say very fine condition, we're talking about a coin that has seen use but still retains strong detail. You can still clearly see Lincoln's profile, the wheat stalks on the reverse, and most of the lettering. However, there may be scratches, small marks, or signs of wear that tell the story of its journey through time. Surprisingly, even coins with these imperfections can command astonishing prices if they possess the right combination of rarity and demand. One of the biggest factors that can push the value of a 1953 D wheat penny into the hundreds of thousands is the presence of rare minting errors. These errors could include doubled dies, off-center strikes, or other unusual features that occurred during production at the Denver Mint. Collectors are especially interested in coins that stand out from the standard design, and even a subtle difference can dramatically increase value. Another key element is scarcity in specific varieties. While millions of 1953 D pennies were made, only a tiny fraction may have survived in collectible condition with unique traits. Over the years, many coins were lost, damaged beyond recognition, or melted down. This makes the remaining high-quality or error coins extremely desirable among serious collectors. Auction history also plays a huge role in determining value. When a rare coin like this appears at a major auction, competitive bidding can drive the price to incredible heights. Collectors from around the world are willing to pay top dollar to secure a rare piece for their collection. That's how a seemingly simple penny can reach values close to $400,000, especially if it has been authenticated and graded by a professional coin grading service. It's also important to understand the emotional and historical appeal of the wheat penny series. These coins were minted from 1909 to 1958 and represent a significant era in American history. The design, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the front and the iconic wheat ears on the back, has become a favorite among collectors. Owning a rare example from this series is not just about money, it's about holding a piece of history. If you think you might have a 1953 D wheat penny, it's worth taking a closer look. Check for unusual features, strong detail, and any signs of minting errors.
Even if your coin has scratches or wear, don't dismiss it too quickly. Sometimes those small imperfections are part of what makes a coin unique and valuable. Getting your coin professionally evaluated is a smart next step. Experts can determine its condition, authenticity, and whether it has any rare characteristics that could increase its value. A proper grading can make a significant difference when it comes to selling or auctioning the coin. In the world of coin collecting, stories like this remind us that valuable treasures can still be hiding in plain sight. A single penny, often ignored or forgotten, could turn out to be life-changing. The 1953 D wheat penny is a perfect example of how something small can hold incredible worth.
Top 2, 1956, wheat penny with a D mint mark. A coin that may look ordinary at first glance, but can hold extraordinary value, even in circulated and very fine condition with visible scratches. This coin was minted in Denver, which is represented by the small D mark on the coin. Millions of these pennies were produced, and for most people, that would suggest they are common and not particularly valuable. However, the real story lies beneath the surface. Not every 1956 D wheat penny is the same, and certain rare variations can turn this everyday coin into a collector's dream, worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. In very fine condition, the coin still shows strong details despite being used in circulation. Abraham Lincoln's profile remains clear, and the wheat ears on the reverse side are still well defined. There may be scratches, small marks, or signs of wear, but these are expected for a circulated coin. What surprises many people is that even with these imperfections, a coin can still reach an incredible value if it has rare characteristics. The biggest factor that can push the value of a 1956 D wheat penny so high is the presence of minting errors. These errors occur during the production process and can include doubled dies, repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, or other unusual features. These mistakes are not common, and that rarity is exactly what collectors are willing to pay for. A small doubling in the lettering or numbers might not be obvious to the untrained eye, but to a collector, it can mean everything. Another important factor is the specific variety of the coin. Even though millions were minted, only a very small number may have survived over the years with unique traits intact. Coins get lost, damaged, or worn down beyond recognition over time. Finding one that still holds strong detail along with a rare error is extremely uncommon. That scarcity drives demand, and demand drives price. Auction markets play a huge role in determining the final value. When a rare coin like this appears in a major auction, collectors from around the world compete to own it. This competition can push prices far beyond expectations. A coin that might seem average to one person can become a prized possession to another, especially if it has been professionally graded and authenticated. Professional grading is another key step in unlocking the coin's true value. Experts carefully examine the coin's condition, authenticity, and any unique features it may have. Once graded, the coin is given a certified status, which increases buyer confidence. A properly graded coin often sells for significantly more than one that hasn't been evaluated, especially when dealing with high-value pieces. There is also a strong historical and emotional appeal behind these coins. Wheat pennies were produced from 1909 to 1958, making them part of a significant era in American history. The design itself is iconic, and many collectors feel a deep connection to these coins. Owning a rare example is not just about financial gain, it's about holding a small piece of history in your hand. If you have a 1956 D wheat penny, it's worth taking a closer look. Pay attention to the details, especially the date, mint mark, and any unusual features. Look closely for doubling or irregularities that might indicate a minting error. Even if the coin has scratches or shows signs of wear, don't ignore it. Those marks don't necessarily reduce its value if the coin has rare qualities. Getting the coin checked by a professional is always a smart move. Experts can confirm whether your coin is ordinary or something truly special. Many valuable coins go unnoticed simply because people don't realize what they have. A quick evaluation could make a huge difference. Stories like this remind us that treasures can still be hidden in everyday places. A simple penny, often overlooked and underestimated, can turn out to be worth a fortune. The 1956 wheat penny is a perfect example of how something small and seemingly insignificant can carry incredible value. Top 3. 1958 wheat penny with no mint mark, a coin that might appear ordinary but can carry extraordinary value even in damaged, fine condition with visible scratches. This coin was produced in Philadelphia, which is why it has no mint mark. During that time, millions of wheat pennies were struck and released into circulation. Because of this, most people assume these coins are extremely common and only worth a few cents. But as collectors know, not every coin is the same. Hidden among these millions are rare variations and unique pieces that can be worth a fortune. A coin described as being in damaged fine condition means it has clearly been circulated and shows noticeable wear. You may see scratches, dull surfaces, and softened details. The image of Abraham Lincoln on the front is still visible, though not as sharp as it once was. On the reverse side, the wheat stalks may appear worn, but they can still be identified. While this level of condition might seem undesirable, it does not automatically mean the coin lacks value. In fact, certain rare coins remain highly valuable regardless of wear. What truly makes a 1958 wheat penny without a mint mark so valuable is the possibility of rare minting errors or extremely scarce varieties. One of the most famous examples associated with this year is a doubled die error, where the design appears duplicated due to a misalignment during the minting process. These types of errors are incredibly rare, and collectors are willing to pay huge amounts of money to own one. Even a subtle doubling in the lettering or date can significantly increase the value of the coin. These details are often difficult to spot without careful inspection, which is why many valuable coins go unnoticed for years. A coin that appears damaged to one person might actually be a rare error coin that collectors have been searching for. Another factor that adds to the value is scarcity. While millions of 1958 pennies were minted, only a very small number of rare varieties have been discovered. Over time, many coins were lost, destroyed, or worn down beyond recognition. This leaves only a handful of collectible examples available, making them highly desirable in the market. The auction world plays a huge role in setting the value of these coins. When a rare 1958 wheat penny appears in a major auction, collectors from around the world compete to own it. This competition can drive prices to astonishing levels. A coin with verified rarity and strong collector demand can easily reach values in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Professional grading is also essential in determining a coin's true worth. Experts examine the coin's condition, authenticity, and any unique features it may have. Once graded, the coin becomes more attractive to buyers because they can trust its authenticity and quality. Even a damaged coin can achieve a high value if it is confirmed to be a rare variety. There is also something special about the historical value of wheat pennies. Minted from 1909 to 1958, they represent an important era in American history. The design featuring Abraham Lincoln has become iconic, and collectors feel a deep connection to these coins. Owning a rare piece from this series is not just about money, it is about preserving history. If you think you might have a 1958 wheat penny with no mint mark, it is worth taking a closer look. Pay attention to the date, check for any unusual doubling, and examine the overall design carefully. Even if the coin has scratches or appears damaged, do not ignore it. Some of the most valuable coins have been discovered in less than perfect condition. Getting your coin evaluated by a professional is always a wise decision. Experts can identify rare features that you might miss and provide an accurate assessment of its value. Many people have unknowingly spent valuable coins simply because they did not realize what they had. This is what makes coin collecting so exciting. Hidden treasures can still be found in everyday places. A simple penny, often overlooked and underestimated, can turn out to be worth a life-changing amount of money. The 1958 wheat penny, with no mint mark, is a perfect example of how something small can carry incredible value.